Hey, this is Joe.
And this is Taylor.
And I'm going to tell you today, and I'm going to take a firm stance that no one has taken before on any show ever.
Tell me.
Global warming is a hoax. It's not real. It's fabricated.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. Maybe it's real. Who knows? I don't know. But what I'm going to say is that for those of you who are talking about global warming and how real it is, and those of you are talking about how fake it is, I don't know if the scientists agree, because everyone's saying that 97% of them agree, but those 3%, man, those are some holdouts. But I really don't care, because you know my stance if you watch this show, that government is ridiculous. Look at what's going on with the president. Now on the show, must remind you, we're avid Trump supporters.
Jesus.
Sir. But he's tweeting him beating up CNN with a wrestling clip from the 90s. I mean,
yeah,
it's a little funny, a little ridiculous, right? But I thought we would look back at all this argument and debate around global warming and the president doing this and fake news that, to talk about something that me and Taylor were talking about while we were deciding on our topic for today. How many crises, as they say in Latin, do you have to have before people stop believing you? Now, we live in California, so there's a new crisis every year. This year's crisis is the budget is blown again. Taylor,
Yes.
Have you heard?
yes.
They ran out of money again. Now, we were growing up and in college around the year 2000. Now, do you remember another crisis that we had in 2000 where we had to raise our tuition rates, triple the cost because the budget was blown from the dot-com era? They overspent.
Mm-hmm.
And we recalled that governor. Do you recall? It was Governor Gray Davis.
Yes.
So they learned their lesson, right? No more fiscal responsibility. No more budget crisis, right? That's all. That's over with. Nope. Here we are again. Hey, what about that bullet train? We got the bullet train, though, right? We can get this. No, we don't.
Vegas in
no,
like 40 minutes?
we
No.
don't either. Okay, so there's a lot of things that have been said, haven't been done. But more specifically, we're going to deal with the government getting into crisis, the government getting into fear, the government trying to make us do something by scaring us. Now, we thought it'd be real fun just to bring up a couple things that we've grown up with. Taylor brought up some interesting points. It was really funny. He was talking about actual cults that were killing people. We're not going to talk about real things that happen. We're going to talk about things that the government or news and everyone said were going to happen, but didn't happen. So the first one I thought I'd bring up is the big one, the big earthquake, right?
Yes.
That's been coming, right? It's going to come at any time, anywhere.
Since that was elementary, it's been going to come.
Yeah, it's going to come. So when's it going to come?
I don't know, but we're supposed to break off from the U.S. and float into the sea.
So here's a couple scenarios. We're going to break off from the U.S., which we're a continent. I'm not sure that's going to happen.
Oh, no.
And then we're going to break off and float into the sea. Therefore, Nevada and Arizona will become coastal property.
It's gonna be the perfect, the outline that we
Yeah.
created. The perfect outline.
The artificial outline of the states is going to be exactly where we think it is.
Yes.
And it's just funny because all the time I always hear about the earthquakes and things like that. Haven't we been building? Isn't there building codes and regulations and all these things that are supposed to make our buildings earthquake safe?
Yeah, now they have rollers at the bottom, like to keep them rolling, from going back, swing back and forth.
Okay, so government regulation works.
I don't know. I assume so. We had earthquakes in my building. And
It's one or the other. Either government regulation works, and we have nothing to fear about these earthquakes, or no matter what we do, the regulations won't work. So let's just do away with them and not do them. One or the other.
Well, they're still building huge skyscrapers in the sky, so there has to be some kind of yes, it's true, or they did something. I mean, they're not going to build death traps, right?
Well, it's kind of funny, right? Because if you think about it, who are these fear tactics for? Are they for the billionaires with probably a team of scientists and engineers on their side that have insurance and all these other things? Or are they for regular people every day?
I think blue collar people every day, white collar, whatever.
What's the point? What do they want to get us to do?
To put money and fear. You know what? Keep us
Move out of prime real estate?
Yes.
Move out of prime areas?
Yeah, keep us in line, actually. You know, keep us in line.
Did it work?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so then we had killer bees. That was going to keep us in line, right? Do you remember killer bees?
African killer bees.
They're Africanized. That's
Yeah.
racist. I mean, they are African American killer bees. For goodness sakes. They are indigenous. So the killer bees were going to come. They made their way down to South America, then to Mexico. They were going to come over here and swarm us to death and kill us. I've been waiting since at least 1991 for the killer bees to come.
I'm still waiting. Yeah.
Killer bees haven't come?
We're being very patient, if you must ask.
And then, of course, how many times was the world going to end?
Oh,
Y2K, of course, was the one. The world was going to end there.
Y2K, yeah, computers going to go shut down and be back to zero, no, nothing. And then there was actually, besides the 2012 one, but there was a guy after 2012, like 2013, 2014, who put up billboards saying that he was some radio host, whatever.
Oh yeah,
did the thing, and he was actually, people were selling their property and their pets and everything.
If you were one of the people that did that, I have no sympathy for you at all. I have none. I don't care. Don't even give me a sob story at all. Because you know what? If someone told me the world was going to end, sell your property, then money would be worthless. So what are you doing? What's the point of selling it? You might as well keep it. Because if you sell it, you get nothing. And then if you sell it and it gives you gold, that's also going to be melted or destroyed too.
Yeah.
I mean, so why do anything? Why make a move? Why sell a property? Why, if the world's going to end, anything that they would give you in exchange for the property would be worthless also, wouldn't it?
Also, Joe, 2012, what part of the world would end first?
Oh, yeah, we're discussing that too. Does the world end by time zone? Does it start in Australia first and then move on to the next?
Does the world also respect and acknowledge our daylight saving time?
That's true. That is a good point.
Because an hour back, it's.
Yeah, so Y2K, the Mayan calendar, world ends.
Or leap year, I mean, so yeah.
Yeah, what about actual, like, government crises? I mean, we just went through last year, the water crisis, right? We're going through a drought. We have no fresh water. We're never going to get water again. And then next thing you know, this winter, we have dams busting open and flooding. So if it's not the fear of the water being gone, it's the fear of the water being here, and it's smashing. Now it's smashing down your house. And then what was it in like 2006, 2007? We had no electricity. We're gonna have no electricity, rolling blackouts because we don't have enough money or we don't have enough power plants. Right now, they're taking down power plants. Now there's so much electricity. They just took down the San Onofre nuclear plant.
Yep, blackouts, brownouts, everything was getting shut down.
Apparently, we have so much electricity we can just start shutting shit down. Doesn't even matter. Just not even worth it, right?
Which causes more jobs.
Rolling blackouts, droughts. What about that? Everyone was going to have AIDS in the 1980s.
San Francisco
every
the hub.
Single person was going to have AIDS.
Yes, it was San Francisco was to start there and spread out from there because everybody thought that was the hub for AIDS.
And did we all get Ebola? Does anyone remember Ebola out there?
I was trying. I really did. I was trying, Joe. I did not get it. I was very unlucky.
Yeah. And then also SARS. Got that on there too?
No. I had a small cough one time, but that was it. Nothing SARS. Sorry.
So we're just throwing ideas back and forth, spitballing here with the people watching Joe Tells You. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. We came out with 10 crises, have you?
Get your Latin right.
Brought on by the, I don't know who invents these things.
Where do they originate from? Where the top? Is it the news? Is it somebody says somebody hears something and they report it as?
I don't know. Is it
a scientist? Is it CDC in Atlanta?
I don't know. I used to believe the news until Trump said it was all fake news, and now I know. Yes. Now we all know.
We all know.
But that's the thing is that this next one. What's
it going to be? What's the new flavor of the week?
Global warming is the new flavor of the week, and you know what? I get it. The Earth is warming. We're releasing CO2 in the atmosphere. Yeah. That stuff is happening.
How long before the sea boils, Joe?
Well, according to Al Gore in his documentary, what was it? The Inconvenient Truth.
Yeah.
2015, we were going to have storms so powerful that we're going to wipe out cities, and we were going to lose so many feet of the coastline. Now, I don't know. I mean, if I were going to sit here with the modern civilization and have the convenience of cars and all of our plastics and whatever's made out of our computers and tablets, everything else, I can lose a couple inches of the coastline. I mean, what do you think? You think it's okay? I mean, you could just get rid of some of that.
Did he say lose coastline? Could that be a foot, an inch, maybe half a mile? Did he give it specific?
Supposedly the cities will just be underwaters, not by 2015, but by 2050 or 2100, they're just going to be underwater. We just won't even be able to have. I mean, it's so weird, right?
It's like Waterworld.
It's like they had Hurricane Katrina happen, right? And they're like, oh well, look at how bad it damaged New Orleans, right? No, that was the Bush administration not building levees. Now, here's the thing: if levees can stop this global warming. Why don't we take the money
levees
from
all around?
Yeah, why don't we take the money from global warming and just build levees around everything we're worried about? I don't understand how we would have it just throwing out logic. Now you might say, "Oh, you guys are ignorant." You don't know. I bet you don't know either. I bet anyone who talks about global warming, if you peel back like 3 layers of intelligence, no one knows anything about global warming. It is.
It's all hypothesis.
Yeah. So I'm just saying that if you want us to take this one seriously, it's a little hard to believe that after all of the other things you've done, and there's more, there's tons more. I mean, we'll probably think of more even after this.
Did you want to touch on us going off the edge of the earth?
Oh, too. We're going to go off the edge of the earth too. We're flat earthers, but that's not real though. See, like the news isn't.
You don't know that, Joe.
The new. Well, okay, it's absolutely real. If they're coming quick, help. No, the thing is that the news isn't reporting flat Earth though. Like it's not out everywhere. Like the news was reporting 2012 and the world ending. They were reporting Y2K. They were reporting all this stuff. Planes were going to fall out of the sky. Like every possible scenario. They're promoting this madness, and it just feels like global warming is another scary thing. And it just seems weird when your scary things have a solution, right?
May I also bring up that electricity, power, planes coming out of the sky, was actually the basis of a TV show that happened, canceled because nobody cared about it.
Also, planes actually can't fall out of the sky like that because it actually, flight takes 3 things. It takes thrust, right? And it takes lift. And what was the third one it takes?
Is it velocity? No.
It's like thrust and then lift.
What's the formula, jokes? I don't know offhand.
Yeah, whatever. We're not scientists on the show. That's why we don't believe in global warming. But take your hand, a little simple test, put out the window of a car going 35 miles per hour, right? Put it up there, right? Yeah. What does your hand do? When you angle it, what does it do? It lifts, right? Yeah. Okay. So if a plane was in the sky, right? Like Sullenberger, the captain, who lost his double engine failure when he left the airport in New York and landed in the Hudson. He didn't lose his engine, and then the plane dropped. Okay, that's not how planes work. You see, when they're going at a certain speed, you still have that lift, and you still have that speed. I think it's speed.
Yeah,
you still have that, right? So at most, you would come to an emergency landing or a gliding stop. You don't fall out of the sky. So I don't know if they meant fall out of the sky literally, but if they came up with a science that the world was going to end on Y2K, it would make sense. The same scientists came up with that the planes were going to drop vertical out of the sky. So I'm just saying there's a lot of times you and everyone else are crying wolf, and we're just not going to believe you anymore if you keep doing that. And the other funny thing about it is you ever notice the solution to global warming is always the same thing? Why? It's money. Well, if it was just money this whole time, I mean, That's all we have to do is we go to this big giant volcano god and we just flush our money down the volcano god and we'll just stop getting global warming. Is that how it works?
But around the volcano, there are levees. You have to get around.
There are levees in the volcanoes. So I'm just saying, if you want us to take global warming seriously, nobody does. Nobody takes it seriously. I mean, even people that are supposedly like liberal, like me and Taylor are like liberal, but like we don't even think about it.
By chance, was that movie about global warming free?
I don't know.
It actually cost money to
It did cost money?
It cost money to go see it.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't a free movie. So
it wasn't like Fahrenheit 9/11 where it was free to let us know what really happened on 9/11?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No.
All right.
You actually had to go and you had to pay for it.
But I'm just saying, if you want us to take these things more seriously, maybe stop doing all that's on the list. Like, stop doing all those things first, and we'll start to take the few times a year you guys cause a commotion. Oh, no, wait. You're doing that every day about everything Trump tweets. That's also basically the earthquake, the killer bees are coming every time Trump tweets. So let me give you some real things to be worried about. Let's give some real things that are actually real and not coming in hundreds of years, or we just need a simple barrier to stop. How about nuclear war from a madman North Korea? That's real, right?
Yes.
He can do that. What about Putin controlling some nukes and send one over here if he's not getting along with us? That could happen, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Any type of war, anything.
What about mass shootings from madmen with guns? Let's put some more time into those like things that actually happen. Or like Taylor said, cults that kill themselves.
Yes.
That according to Taylor was fake news and not real. But I'm just saying, just stop with the mania a little bit and we'll take the other things you do a little bit more seriously. Taylor, what do you think?
I look forward to 1 month from now, the new crisis.
Whatever the new crisis
Whatever
is.
it's going to be.
I mean, I hear about it all the time. It really appeals to hypochondriacs.
Are we getting a disease? Are we getting a shaker, a moving or shaker?
They have one of those like 8 balls and they just shake it up and whatever the new thing. It's like, pandemic is the new thing we're doing this week. Just shut up already. Everything's a damn news story with you people out there. Everything is like Trump this and Russia that and Putin this or whatever. Can we get back to a simpler time when killer bees and earthquakes were killing us? Can we, please? Whatever. Global warming's fake news. That's it. That's the only thing real about this story. That's all. I just told you.